So let's have a look. First of all, let's look next at what I call good debt and bad debt. If you were brought up like me, and most people interested in property were, they were taught about they were only taught about debt. And you were brought up by parents probably that said, debt is bad, pay it off, and savings are good. Okay? And you want to thank your parents because they've got you to the place that you're at now. But the thing that I want you to understand is that it isn't as simple as that. If you're brought up by a parent that's an investor and not a saver, that's a saver's mentality, that debt is bad and saving is good. An investor knows that there is good debt and bad debt. So let's talk about that. What is a bad debt? A bad debt is a debt that you have to pay whether you use something or not, whether you get out of bed or not. So for example, you can go on holiday for 2 weeks and you're not even in your house, but you're still having to pay your mortgage on it. That's a bad debt. You can not even drive your car, but if you've got a car loan, you've still got to pay the car loan. That's a bad debt. A credit card's a bad debt. An overdraft's a bad debt. A bad debt you're having to pay regardless of using it. So what's a good debt? Well, a good debt has to meet two key criteria. First of all, somebody else pays for it, not you. And in the property world, that is the tenant. The tenant pays for it, not you. The second rule it has to meet is it makes you money on top. So somebody else pays for it, not you, and it makes you money on top. Let me ask you a question. If somebody else was paying for it, not you, and it was making you money on top of that, how much debt would you like? It's a pretty obvious question. As much as I can possibly get. Hopefully I'm hearing you shout at the screen. Somebody else is paying for it and it's making you money. I want as much as I can possibly get. And again, provided you buy to the right rules and make sure the right rules are in place, I'll cover that in video 4, then you're going to be in a position where forever somebody else is paying for it, not you, instead of buying the wrong one, so you sometimes have to pay. And it makes you money on top. How cool would that be? And then you know for certain, if you can get to 6, 7, or 8 houses, you're done. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're financially free for life. Somebody else is paying for it, not you. And you're financially free for life.